Hey guys, Ronnie Humphrey here with ProGlow Cleaning Solutions in Shreveport, Louisiana. It's hard to believe it's already been a year since we introduced the ProGlow Power Sports Wash and Degreaser to the motorsports industry. But since that time, we have had countless number of racers contact us and just raving on how well the program works and how easy it is now to keep their equipment clean. They love the fact that you can simply take a pump-up sprayer, mix in the ProGlow Power Sports Wash, spray down the vehicle, and then rinse it off with a normal garden hose or with a pressure washer, and the vehicle comes totally clean without having to use any hand rubbing efforts whatsoever. We have teams from the AMA Supercross Series, the Lucas Late Model Series, the World of Outlaw Late Model Series, ASCS Sprint Car Series, World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series. Everybody loves ProGlow, and I'm going to show you here in just a second how it works on this late model behind me if you're not familiar with it. But before I do that, I want to tell you about the third and final product in the ProGlow line. This is called Quick Shine. Now, this is a silicone-based product that you apply to your vehicle once it's clean, and it protects the shine and keeps everything from the road grime, mud, dirt, brake dust, whatever, keeps it from sticking to the vehicle and makes it a lot easier to wipe clean. Plus, you can go further in between washes. So this will be available real soon from your local ProGlow dealer, so watch out for that. So, stick with me. We're going to play with this late model here behind us a little bit and demonstrate how the ProGlow Power Sports Wash works. Be right back with you. Okay, to get started, first thing you want to do is add the ProGlow Power Sports Wash to your gallon of water in your pump sprayer. Every bag comes with a pre-measured 3-ounce cup inside the bag. There's enough product inside the bag to do like 11 washes, which equates to a little over $1 per wash. So it's very, very economical. You simply take the product and you add it to your 1 gallon of water in your pump sprayer. It's very important. Let the product sit for about 8 to 9 to 10 minutes in that area, 8 to 10 minutes. Let it totally hydrate. You won't let the crystals that's inside the ProGlow Power Sports Wash dissolve 100%. So let it sit for just a few minutes and let it dissolve, then you'll be ready to use it. Welcome back. I've added our Power Sports Wash to our 1 gallon of water, and I've let it sit and hydrate for about 10 minutes. Now, instead of making a big mess inside of my shop here and running the water hose in here, I just took some regular fountain water, just right out of our sink here, and put it in one of the bottles here. So this is regular tap water. So I don't have a lot of pressure. We're gonna do 2 different things. We're gonna spray it on this area, then also there's another way you can apply it. You can wet it first with water. I actually prefer wetting it with water first, but here on this first side, we're gonna do it dry. Now this is stuck on clay from the racetrack. We're pumped up, so we're going to just spray this on here. What the Power Sports Wash does, it's got an agent in it that actually breaks down. Do you see how it literally is breaking down the clay? Okay, we're gonna let that sit just for a second. Now on this side here, I'm just gonna take some water, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna spray to just make it, just spray it lightly. Like I said, I prefer wetting the surface down first. Then we're going to take this and you can see how by wetting it first, see how that place there is still stuck on there? But to me, it works better if you wet it with water first. Okay, we're going to let that sit just for a second. Then we're going to take, I'm going to flip this back to stream. Now remember, this is not a high pressure hose at all. If you have a power washer, it really works well. But look at here, just simply by using what's in a bottle, it's hard to hit every square inch of it. You see how that turns white? Now imagine Imagine if you had a power washer or even a spray nozzle end of a garden hose the difference it makes. Okay, now over here it hasn't been touched, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now you see the difference between that and here? The ProGlow has an agent that releases the surface tension of the soil and the dirt and the clay. And see, that's the problem. You have all the staining left over. ProGlow takes that away so you don't have to wipe anything down. So no matter how much I spray on this, you still have a red stain. I take my finger, and you can wash it like that, and it comes clean. But over here, we didn't have to touch it at all. Okay, now we're gonna go back to this side over here where we just dry sprayed it. And again, I wish I had more pressure than what I can get, but I don't want to make a mess in here. But you can see how it comes clean compared to the stain on the first one over there. All the stain is removed. But again, I prefer wetting it down first, then you put your ProGlow in there and you can just let it sit for just a few seconds, then spray it off. Okay, we're going to apply it to our nose now. Again, this is where the cars take the most beating from the clay and surface debris coming up from the track. Again, I don't have high pressure. I'm just using a squirt bottle here. So we're going to wet this down. Get it as wet as I can. Now watch the difference when I start spraying the ProGlow. Watch how it starts releasing. See, that's just spraying, but look how it releases the surface tension on the soil, and it just starts coming off on its own. Matter of fact, this is coming clean just from the ProGlow itself. Okay, I'm gonna flip this back to stream now. And if you have a pressure washer, like I said, I can't get much here with this. But a pressure washer will absolutely take every bit of down to the metal, and it'll be totally clean. This is hard on my hand, but maybe you can get the idea here. But you can see how it releases the product, or releases the soil rather. And if you want to, you could even take another but it's crazy down here when you hit it and it just blows. Still, come here and zero in on this if you can. You see where this spot right here is really bad. Just hit it with water. See how it comes clean again. If we had more pressure, get it off. A lot of people use a power washer, but you can see what that does. Okay, I tell you what, we'll let this sit for a second. Come back and look at it here in just a second. Okay, I decided to go in and make a little experiment. We're going to go ahead and bring the water hose in, and we're going to shoot this side. I've already put a little bit of product on here. I'm going to let this sit just for a second. We're going to get a water hose, and we are going to spray it in here and see what that does after letting it sit just for a second. So get this coated on here real well. You can see it coming clean. This is the finish side. This side over here is getting close. Look up here at the top. See how it's turning white? Very white. Okay, let me go out here and get the water hose hooked up, and we'll give us a spray and see what it looks like. Okay, we got our trusty water hose here with just a typical garden sprayer on it. And look at the difference that makes. I'm not going to spray a whole lot in here and get it all over everything. If you can see where I sprayed it, and you see the difference it makes from the pressure from the water hose different than it's using a regular squirt bottle. But you can see how it's turning white here, and now it's starting to look like, now if I take the side over here and finish it off, you can see how that looks. Okay, so we'll be right back with you. Okay, we got the nose cleaned up and sprayed off. Went ahead and applied the Power Sports Wash to the rest of the nose. And just want to show you right here, this is where I started rinsing. I said, I want you to see this. So this is where I have applied the Power Sports Wash here. I'm going to hit it with some water. I'm just going to sacrifice the shop floor. And look what that does. And no rubbing. See how it removes all the stain? But you see how that took everything off. The stain is really bad over here. No rubbing whatsoever. It cleans the liquid. Okay, now that we have our nose clean on the lake model, I decided I'd show you real quick how the ProGlow degreaser works. So what I did, looked around there in my parts room and found this oil filter housing. Pretty nasty. You can see how dirty it is. We'll start back here on the back first. Just put a little bit of product on there. See how it breaks it down that quick? There, totally clean. So, let's go over there. It's a little bit thicker on this side. Now that's grungy in there. Get up here on the top. If you have a valve cover leak or something at the racetrack, this is handy to have in a race car trailer. Again, totally clean. Let's take it there and just wipe that for just a minute. I wish I'd taken the bolt out, but I didn't do that. But and I guess that's some real, it's been something chewed up in there. Oh, that's a casting mark. So anyway, see what that does. One more spot here. It's a lot like using brake cleaner, but it goes a whole lot further. And it's actually, as far as price comparison, it's actually cheaper than what brake cleaner is, because it goes a lot further. There you go. So you see how it took all the residue off, nothing on the hand. All right, I got this grease gun here. You know how nasty they are. Got a little bit of overspray here, but that's good. Just made it work that much faster. This is again, you see how it breaks grease down, oil down. If you're in a hurry and you gotta get something clean, don't have any brake cleaner around. There's nothing worse than a grease gun. Probably wouldn't hurt me to clean this whole gun, to be honest with you. See there? Take this now and wipe that clean. Look at there. Got one little stubborn spot there. Maybe a little glue or something, I'm not sure. Anyway, that is how the ProGlow degreaser works. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you will consider the ProGlow line of products to help keep your hobbies clean, no matter whether it's a race car, motorcycle, ATV, side-by-side, if you got a four-wheeler, boat. We have people even use it on their houses for getting mildew off. So anything you need, it's a perfect product to have. Stick with me, and I'm going to show you where you can get the products at.